What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jermane'S Views. What's going on, guys? So, we have some good news today, but before we get to the news, let's acknowledge that today is Monday, June 15th, and it's another day that is filled with opportunity to be alive and well, so we can take advantage of some of these opportunity out here. So, the good news is that the market is green. Everything is going up towards the right. Everything is green. You understand? The market, Nasdaq futures are up 2%. S&P and Dow both sliding green on this deal news. The Asian market explode actually overnight, because Asian market is a few hours ahead of us, and the Nikkei hit fresh record high, and the South Korean Kopsi jumped over 5%. So oil is tumbling as well. Oil is tumbling, which is a good thing. Oil is down almost 5% the last time I checked. And, you know, that's a good thing for all Americans because, you know, we have been facing it for the past few weeks. Oil prices spiking, energy prices out of hand. So it's a good thing for us all around the board, man. And, last week, Friday, one of the biggest IPO in the market history hit the streets, and that was SpaceX, everyone, and good things going on for us. SpaceX, now, since the IPO is now the valuation went up because the stock price jumped up, and now SpaceX is $2 trillion plus, but it IPO'd at $1.75 trillion. And, the World Cup is going on as well, so we have to be grateful for that, you know, and everything is just looking good on this peace deal and what actually transpire behind closed doors, of course, because we don't have a lot of details on this deal. And I'm hearing that another official signing ceremony is going to occur sometime in Switzerland. I think it's July 19 or somewhere there. But good things are going on. Good things are going on. The markets are jumping. Um, Oil prices are tumbling, just like how I said a few days ago. If you watch my previous live, after I anticipate that this was going to happen. Um, I anticipate that this was going to happen. And if you see the chart right there, that was earlier this morning. It shows the markets going up in the right. Everything is up. The Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, the Russell, everything is up. Only energy is down. You understand? So that's a good thing for us this Monday morning, going on. Everything is looking good. The World Cup games. Today, my favorite team is going to play. Let's pivot for a little bit to talk a little bit about the World Cup. So today, Spain is going to play their first match of the tournament, and I'm looking forward to see the Wonder Kids, Yamin Yamal and Nico Williams, destroy their opponents because that's what they do. These kids make soccer fun. Basically, these kids make soccer fun. So looking forward for that. So this deal, a lot of you guys might be saying actually, oh, we have seen this show before. We have seen this rodeo before. We have seen this before where Trump came out and announced a peace deal, and a few days later, everything just go to hell, and it was not true, and this deal doesn't stand. But um, the Iranians are actually reporting that they have a deal, and they have a framework on how they work in a deal, and they both actually permanently terminate military operations immediately, you know. And the official signing, as I said, will be Friday. Um, I'm sorry, the official signing was June 19th. I'm sorry, the official signing will be Friday, June 19th in Switzerland. So that's when they're gonna officially sign the deal. But everything is in the works right now behind the scenes, and both the United States government and the Iranian government, what little government they have over there, or whoever is running Iran, have come forward and confirmed that yes, we have a deal, and we both permanently suspend or permanently end um, military operation, and the Strait of Hormuz is officially open immediately as of now. You understand? So let the oil flow. So the oil is gonna continue flowing, 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 and you know things are. Listen, gas prices in America are gonna collapse, like collapse, seriously collapse. Gas prices are gonna collapse, and food prices might be a little bit sticky for a while because food prices never go down. It's always be a little sticky for a while, but for sure gas prices are gonna go down. Um, Hotel rates are gonna go down, so people can travel more now, and you know, going to these big cities or going to these cities where the World Cup matches are keeping, and actually stay overnight, and you know, everything is gonna go down. It's gonna be a trickle down economic effect um, from oil actually going down, and I have to say shout out to Pakistan and the Qatarian government because they actually helped broker this deal, according to reports. And because everyone was suffering, and you know those diplomats in Qatar and Pakistan who helped broker this deal, um, they did great, and they showed that diplomacy is not only remotely reserved for big leaders like the United States, Europe, and the G20 countries, because the G20 countries those are the ones that are always on the forefront, trying to be, try to exert diplomatic pressure to change any worldly event or worldly war or whatever it is. And the United States is one of those countries who always be, you know, engaging in the forefront in diplomatic efforts. Also China and the UK and most of the European countries. But now we see that countries like Pakistan and Qatar can really step up to the plate and help broker a deal diplomatically. So kudos to those two countries and what they're doing in the effort to really stabilize the world and make the oil flowing again. Because oil is the economical lifeline of the United States and the world at large. You understand? So that was a good thing, and we're just happy that this is happening. The markets are going up, and everything is back. America is back on track for growth, honestly, because this oil situation was stifling the economy, and it was causing bad growth, which is inflation, and it was all energy driven. And now that this deal has opened the floodgates for oil to keep flowing around the world, we will see good growth, you know what I mean, within the economy, and we will see prices collapsing and so on and so forth, which is a good thing, which is an absolutely good thing. So, you expat abroad and you digital nomad, you guys are missing out on all of these wins that's happening now. America is back, so you guys might have to consider coming back home. I don't know what you guys think. It's shout out to all the digital nomads and expats out there who are traveling the world and enjoying it, man. I know what it is like. you know. But you know, I think you might have to consider coming back home now because America is back. Prices are going down, um, are gonna start going down. And the economy is showing some real momentums, like big IPOs happening, SpaceX, and jobs, and now we have a peace deal, and the World Cup is going on, and money spending all over. Man, feels like America is back, which in some extent it is. It is. It is. It is back in some extent, So you guys might have to consider coming back home. You know, Cost of living is still kind of rough, but as time goes by, this will actually change as the government is planning on embarking on a massive rate cut. So we all know what the implications are for any rate cuts, a matter of fact. You know, interest rates on mortgages gonna go down. Credit card interest rates gonna go down. Unfortunately, your interest rate you're getting in your checkings and savings are gonna go down as well. But we all know that savers are losers, so you got to put your money in the market for it to work for you. You know what I mean? And what case you guys have for staying abroad? Tell me, what case you guys have for staying abroad? You know, I know a lot of places abroad is a fraction of the price of staying there is a fraction of what you pay here in the States. You know, and a lot of you guys are concerned about the debt that the United States government has, and everyone should be concerned about that debt. You know what I mean? And you know, the economy is booming though, and it's gonna start booming, and it's gonna start booming even more and more and more and more. So it is time for you guys to consider coming back home, coming back to the States, and try to give the States another chance. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? Uh, Healthcare and housing over here is still up there. You know, and daily expenses abroad still outpace daily expenses here in the States. So I get it. That's your guys' case for staying abroad. That's your guys' case for actually um, be over there in the Colombia, the Thailand, and the Bali, and all of that stuff. But let's pivot for a little bit. A lot of you guys are getting robbed in some of these countries. A lot of you guys, digital nomads, expat, passport boys, who seek to be in these countries, Southeast Asia, South America, and some of these African countries. Look at this right here I just put up on the screen. These are stories of some of you passport boys getting robbed in places like Thailand. This guy right here is a famous YouTuber, and he got robbed in Thailand and in Colombia and other places as well. Because some of you guys are out there and you guys getting targeted because of how you operate and how you. The thing with and I've seen you guys. I've seen you guys. I've traveled abroad and I've seen some of you guys how you operate. You guys are just too loud. You operate too loud within the environment. You guys trying to turn up wherever you at, and trying to like bring your same. Not all of you people, but like you guys, some of you guys trying to bring the same American energy you have here and how you operate here in the States to some of those places. And it's not cool because some of those places are well reserved or quiet, and it's just a tranquil environment, which I would say they would like to maintain such environment, and some of you guys going there and changing it and being flashy and everything, and show up too much. So I'm not justifying the fact that you guys got robbed, but turn it down a little, turn it down a notch. You know what I mean? When you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Do what the Romans do. Do what the Romans do when you go to Rome. But the thing is, if you guys getting robbed abroad, just come back home, man. Just come back home. You guys prefer to be to get robbed and losing your money and losing your stuff and losing um all your valuables instead of coming back home. I don't know. What do you guys think? The market is booming here now. Things are changing up here now. But, you know, that's information for another time. You know what I mean? But that's what happening, guys. So this one day boom in the market and one day boom in the economy, and this deal that is looking promising for future job growth and future um future